webcasting from Southeast Kansas. I'm Jonathan Switzer, and this is the Roboblog Chronicles for November 7th, 2007. My head has been several different places lately. I've just been scattered all over the place. I've had a lot on my mind. And a lot of these different places that my mind has been have sort of coalesced into an idea, which I'm going to share with you in this episode. Now, let me just walk you through where I've been. I've been thinking a lot about comics lately. A lot about the making of comics. A lot about how apathetic I've been about the comics material being published, but likewise how interested and how I've been thinking a lot about how comics are made and how how they're put together, panel to panel, continuity, how shots are set up, how you get the lighting just right, the shading just right on some coloring. I've been working on my own comics work, off and on the past few months. Not so much the past month, but I've been getting back on schedule lately, and I've just been really analyzing how the nuts and bolts of how sequential art works. That's one place my mind has really been lately. But at the same time, I think possibly the only thing that can get me really, excited about, new comics in the marketplace would be another Robotech comics series, because, Transformers, which, I've been reading Transformers comics for years and years and years, but, ultimately, IDW, the company that has the rights to Transformers comics right now, with their $4 price point and the glut of material they've been putting out into the marketplace, that it just lost me. And maybe I think I've read too many Transformers comic stories. I don't know. I just feel very apathetic about that. I feel very apathetic about superhero comics these days. I feel very I've never been really interested in the sort of literary art comics sort of stuff. It just doesn't grab me. The subject matter just doesn't grab me. So here I am, musing about in my head, not really with anyone, just in the back of my head, about how comics work, but no subject matter, no material currently being published really has been interesting me. It just hasn't been interesting to me. Robotech would get me back there, like, okay, I'll read that, even if just to, analyze it, criticize it, take it apart, and, beat the continuity points with a stick, but, it would at least interest me in some fashion. Anyway, I've also been thinking about, emissaries. Robotech fanzine I inherited from my friend Evan Cass. This is the third issue. This was released originally at Anime Expo 2006. So it has been almost a year and a half since I last put out an issue of Emissaries, and it's largely for lack of material. Nobody, by nobody I mean like two people, nobody has sent me material to fill out an issue of Emissaries. And I've been working overtime trying to think how I could stimulate the fan base into producing content to put in an issue of Emissaries. You'd have to dangle some sort of carrot in front of people. You'd have to, give them some sort of incentive. I mean, putting the stuff in print isn't enough incentive, apparently. There are people who were, at one point, my reliable, go-to guys for Robotech, thoughts, Robotech fan fiction, Robotech, material. unfortunately, all of their lives got kind of complicated, over the past few years. They have less time to pursue little rinky-dink geeky endeavors that don't pay anything. And I get that. I understand that. A lot of people's time has become much more valuable. They have some significant others. They have families. They have other things that they should be doing. So, sure, I get it. It's just very irritating to me when I'm trying to fill out, a little, a little fanzine with the material, and I can't get anybody to produce anything for it. So there's that. So there's emissaries. I would like to get one more issue of that out there. I would like to get what should have been 1 year's worth of quarterly issues out. By the end of like whatever 3 or 4 years it's been. I have no recollection of how long I've been doing this. It's just too long. It's been too long. Anyway, so I've got that going on in my head. And so in terms of an incentive, I was thinking, okay, you got that Robotech photo contest ending, pretty soon here. Why don't I start a contest? I've even got prizes. Look, see? I've got a copy of The Art of Robotech: The Shadow Chronicles. This is not my only copy of it. This isn't even the copy I was bringing out in an earlier episode. That I put the post notes and everything. This is a different copy. This it is signed personally to me by Tommy Yoon, and also signed by my fellow contributing writer Vincent McHenry. But I was thinking, okay, I don't need more than one copy of The Art of Robotech: The Shadow Chronicles signed by Tommy Yoon. I don't need that. My house is cluttered enough as is, but I can't put this up on eBay. Why don't I hold a contest? Why don't I hold a contest to give this away to a fellow Robotech fan? So, with all this in mind, here at the Roboblog, we are beginning the Roboblog Robotech Comics Contest. What I would like you fine people out there to please do, is focus your creativity and energy into a 1 to 2 page Robotech comic story. A little vignette, a little character piece maybe, a little action scene. Anything, any generation, any group of characters. You can make up your own characters. It just has to be Robotech. It has to be within some version of the Robotech timeline. I'll put the nitty-gritty details up on the Roboblog, for you to read. But, I hereby open the Roboblog Comics Contest. And this will start right now, and the deadline will be 11:59 p.m. Sunday, December 9th. And this is your first prize right here, this copy of The Art of Robotech: The Shadow Chronicles, signed by Tommy Yoon. To me, sure, but it is signed by Tommy Yoon. It is also signed by my fellow contributing writer, Vincent McHenry. And since my mug here is in the back of the book, I will sign this book to you personally, to make up for the fact that Tommy signed it to me personally. I will write a nice little note to you, whoever you are, the winner. And second and third prize. Second prize will be your choice of the Robotech Masters novels, the new edition of the Robotech Masters novels, or the new edition of the New Generation novels. And third prize will be whichever one the second prize winner didn't want. And a selection of these, if I get enough of them, a selection of these will appear in the final issue of Emissaries of Robotech Fanzine. So please go forth, be creative, have fun. This is Captain JLS, signing off.